talk a little quiet is because my son's asleep. So today's mission started out pretty interestingly. I had to go for my annual physical fitness or physical checkup, and my wife, my other half, JJ, she went on another mission, taking care of the Miss Universe contestant participants, I guess you could say, a bunch of pretty ladies, going out to visit a snail farm of all things, an hour and 20 minutes outside of Bangkok. And so that's going good. I'll put in some videos of that right about there.
Hi guys, today we are at Snail Farm, close to Nong Chok area, and we booked our third university team today from many countries, included Thailand too. This is our team. We have local team here, and then we also have their own Miss Universe security as well from US. There we go. Right now all our beauty is in that room. If you can see, it's like snail farm room, how they look after them and how it's good for skin. So there we go. Let's see. This mat where Miss Universe come into shower room for snail. They are beautiful, isn't it? Just inside.
So I went to the hospital with my son in tow. By the way, this is Jackie, in case you guys don't know his name. And he's going to be a featured extra in a lot of this, and probably the star in a lot of things. So for me, the day started off interesting. I went downstairs and my wife called what we call a grab taxi here, right? They call a taxi service. You call them, and they know by GPS where you're at, and they're going to come pick you up. So anyway, the grab taxi canceled, and I went downstairs and asked security to call a taxi to my hospital, which the names of the hospitals here are really difficult and hard to pronounce in Thai. There's very few English names here. No, don't buy a cup. No. Names of the hospitals are very hard to pronounce here. So just so you get an idea, Bumrungrad, Samichavet, Pirawet, hospital. So I said Piavet Hospital to the security. My wife even talked to them on the phone and said it, but they thought Samichavet Hospital. So when they talked on the radio to call to security at the front of the property to flag a taxi down and send a taxi inside, they gave them a different name to the hospital. So I get in the taxi thinking that everything's cool and we're headed the right direction, and then all of a sudden the taxi driver puts on the turn signal and takes a right where you're not supposed to take a right. And I'm like, oh no, wait, stop. And she's a very nice lady, but she's kind of freaking out. I had to tell her which hospital to go to, and I'm trying to pronounce it as best I can, and she's like, okay, I know which one. And she actually kind of got a little bit of a confused argument with me about which hospital I meant to go to. Like, she's trying to tell me I'm saying it wrong, and I'm like, no, I'm saying it right. I want to go to this hospital. And she's like, oh, okay, that's why you wanted to go straight. I said, yeah, that's why I wanted to go straight. Now, this conversation's not happening in English. Mind you, it's happening in what we call Tinglish, Thai and English. So that's challenging. And so anyway, went to the hospital, did my initial check-in, no problem. And then went upstairs, and the hospitals here take a very long time, and I'm glad you didn't have to watch any of that because it's boring. And so checked in, and then finally after 3 hours went and saw the doctor. And the doctor was very nice, and in 5 minutes I was done there. Then they told me to go down to the second floor to get my blood checked for cholesterol, etc. And so I go down to the second floor, and they said, no, you have to go to reception again. And I'm like, why would I have to go back to reception? I've already been. So I go back to reception, and reception's like, no, you got to go back to the 6th floor. So I go back to the 6th floor. Now I'm getting upset because I'm pushing a baby in the stroller, right? So I go back to the 6th floor, and they're like, why didn't they take you on the 2nd floor? No, you have to go back to the 2nd floor. I said, look, I went down there already. They didn't draw my blood. I showed them I didn't have any holes in my arms. And they're like, oh, wow, okay. So they called down and kind of complained to them, and then gave me another piece of paper and sent me back down again. Went down, got my blood drawn, and they're like, oh, well, the doctor only put you for this test and this test and this test, and not this test. I'm like, well, the doctor should have put me for this test because that's the one he really wants, but he didn't. So anyway, after trying to convince the person that's taking my blood that the doctor wanted one more test, a simple test, and they were like, no, if you have problems, we'll talk to the doctor. I was like, you know what, I've already wasted it, almost an entire day here, so I'm not gonna go talk to the doctor again. I'm coming back in a few days on the 22nd for follow-up, so I will talk to him then and get it sorted out. In the meantime, while all this is going on, I am trying to save a job that we're trying to do by negotiating with the client. So, a little bit stressful.
This boy?
Yes, it's a boy.
How old?
1 year, 11 months.
1 year, 11 months. Nearly 2 years already.
Nearly 2 years, yes. Big boy.
This was where you come from?
America.
Where?
So after that, my adventure at the hospital was over, and I'm trying to ensure that we keep the job that we had a verbal agreement with the production company for close protection. So we're supposed to be doing close protection for a very big film production here in Thailand, and they're trying to change things on us the day before we're supposed to start, which is supposed to be tomorrow. And that's usually a no-go. Usually 1 to 3 months in advance we know who's working what and how many people we need. You can't go changing stuff like that. We've already put things in motion. So, very not cool. Alright, now I'm going to try and get my hair cut. I'll see you later. That, and this is what Jackie's been doing the whole time. Naughty boy. Guys, I realized that the video I shot the other day, the ending file did not get transferred from my phone to the computer and edited into the program. So here it is. I want to say what I didn't get a chance to say then. So thank you for listening to me complain about my day at the hospital. Thank you for watching the channel. We love you, and we will see you again. David Gray live from Bangkok.